Hi, Will Daly here again. First, let me apologize for no cool location this time. Had a bunch of technical difficulties, and I gotta prepare for the super awesome final film where I can do whatever I want. But let's get on to the topic. Alright, with regards to the article, I get that his main arguments were that the internet is not good as a tool for politics, or learning about politics, because you can personalize it too much, so you filter out pretty much everything you don't want to hear. And it's also bad because it leads to groupthink. I do actually agree with his arguments. I think his arguments are valid, and they're actually pretty good arguments. Though my problem with his arguments is that it can be applied to pretty much any form of media, be it newspaper, television, magazines. You can always search out for something that will report on something you like. I think I kind of created a term for this. I don't know if it's common usage or there's another word for it, but I refer to this kind of thing as a hug box. And what I mean by that is that it's something that you read or like you post on a website for people to respond, but only really for people to respond positively. So you go to like a liberal website and post like, President Obama did this awesome thing. And everyone would be like, oh yeah, because President Obama's awesome. Or like, you go somewhere and go like, oh, George Bush did this one thing, and I hate George Bush. And everyone's like, oh yeah, I hate George Bush. Like, it's posting somewhere where you know people are going to accept what you're saying, and they're not going to try to argue it. This kind of works for like newspapers and stuff, though there's a lot less back and forth communication with those. It's more of a one-way communication. But just reading like things in the newspaper, I mean, he even kind of hit on it in the newspaper where like, yeah, newspapers are biased at times, but you're reading an article and oh, your eye catches another article. But on the internet, you go to a website. I would show you, but my computer's not working, and it's got all those little tabs like, oh, another story, another story, another story, and they're not always like the same, coming from the same scope. There's some variation in different things, and it's really the internet allows you to filter things, but it also allows you to open your mind, kind of. Matrix. Sorry, I was watching that earlier. With the internet, you can go to any website. Newspaper, sometimes you're stuck with whatever you have locally, but you can get like New York Times and stuff. But you can get anything on the internet. So I was going to point out a good case for this is something called 4chan. Never go there. It's a horrible website. Worst people in the world probably go there. But it has free speech. It's totally open. People, if you put an article up or put something up, people will agree with it, people will disagree with it, people will curse you, people will say they're going to do horrible things to your mother. It's not a hug box. People there actually have a discussion about things. I mean, you have a site I go to called Reddit, where it has an area called Circle Jerk, where it's basically people posting stuff to get people to be like, oh, yay, good job, like, we support what you just did. I mean, you know you're going to get that reaction, and the website even knows that's what they're doing, and this is where they go do it. They don't do it with everyone else, so everyone's going to be like, okay, this guy did this, nice for him. So, on with his arguments, get back to everything. His points are valid, but you can use those points to argue anything. Argue any form of media is really not that good for politics. You're a radio talk show host. I mean, I listen to KABC, that's crazy Republican. There's not many liberal talk shows on like the radio, but you know what I mean, how there's different. And like it said, the article was written in 2001 when internet as a news source, as a mainstream news source, is kind of new. So people were kind of edgy about it. I'm sure people felt this way from newspaper to radio, where it's, oh no, we can hear this one person's opinion, and like people are gonna follow him, like Glenn Beck now, how Glenn Beck has like all his cronies. But any real source of media has it, and the only real way to learn about politics is to go and actually study yourself. And the easiest way to do that is on the internet. So his argument that the internet's bad for it is kind of made void by the fact that you can go to the person's website and find out what they think. Doesn't matter what the discussion boards say, what news says, you can find out from the person what their opinions are. That's why the internet's better as a source of information on politics rather than old media sources, which makes his argument void. Alright, thank you.